Tottenham fans. Today I want to talk about João Paulinho. He has got to be the signing of the season so far, not just for Spurs, but in the Premier League. He has been absolutely outstanding. And when I talk about him as one of the best DMs in the Premier League, I get a lot of stick for people throwing at me Caicedo, they throw at me Declan Rice, which for me, I didn't bat an eyelid to it. I thought, you know what, those two players are absolutely exceptional players. They are very top players. But then I looked into the stats. And when I saw the stats, I was absolutely shocked. And I got the stats from the Premier League stats. Anyone can Google these stats. These are from 9 games in the Premier League football. And they absolutely shocked me. I could not believe what I was seeing. I knew how good Paulinho was, and I knew how good his season has been so far, but I didn't know it was this good. It's absolutely unbelievable. He is coming to the Spurs side. We were missing that number 6 all last season and probably the season before. We really didn't fill that gap, and now we've done it. And it just feels like we are so much more solid at the back now. We've got, 4 or 5 clean sheets already this season, 4 in the Premier League. We're getting clean sheets in the Champions League. He's just that rock, and he's working really, really well with Bentancur in a double pivot as well. He's just got everything, every attribute you need in the DM role, and he's just excelling week on week. And when he used to play for Fulham, remember, he was the best DM in the league then. He was making the most tackles, he was making the most interceptions, he was just a beast in that middle. So when we signed him from Bayern, a lot of people were a little bit dubious about it, thinking, oh yeah, we didn't make it at Bayern, he's lost it, he's 30 years old, etc, etc. He just didn't get the rub of the green at Bayern. He got injured and then somebody took his place. I don't know what the player's name was. He didn't get that much game time, so he wanted to come out of there and prove everybody wrong and prove that he still got it. He's come into Spurs now, and he's gone back to the same form he had when he was at Fulham, and he's absolutely destroying midfields. He's absolutely brilliant. I'm just going to read you today some stats. I'm going to compare him to Caicedo and Rice's stats, DM stats, so defensive midfield stats, and compare them both, and you're going to be absolutely shocked. I promise you, you'll be shocked at the results of this. Before I do that, please hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's contributed to this channel so far. It's really much appreciated. Hit that like if these stats shock you. So, first of all, let's go through it. Let's go through minutes played. So, minutes played. Caicedo has played 765 minutes. Declan Rice has played 716 minutes, and Paulinho has played 693. So out of the 3, Paulinho has played the least amount of minutes. Now just remember that when I read the rest of these stats to you. So tackles. Now we all know how good Paulinho is at tackles, but how does he fare against Caicedo and Declan Rice? And the reason why I chose Declan Rice and Caicedo, by the way, is because they're the top. In my opinion, you could think of other players if you want, but in my opinion, Declan Rice and Caicedo are the guys to aim for if you want to be a top midfielder or top DM. So let's go for tackle stats. Paulinho, 39 tackles this season in 9 games. Well, in the least amount of minutes out of the 3. Caicedo, 29. Declan Rice, 10. Now, how did that shock you? It bloody shocked me. Declan Rice has only made 10 tackles this season. Paulinho has made 39. Caicedo, 29. Rice is miles behind both of them in that metric. So Paulinho way ahead on tackles this season. Now let's go to duels one, because I think duels one is quite an important thing. If you're a DM, you need to win your duels. Thomas Frank is really big on his players winning his first balls and his second balls. So what duels one? Let's go into that. Paulinho, 66 duels won already in roughly 9 games. Caicedo, 50. So he's 16 ahead of Caicedo in duels won. Declan Rice, 26. Paulinho has won 40 more duels than Declan Rice. So far, when you're looking at these stats so far, and you're telling me Declan Rice is miles ahead of Paulinho, looking at the stats, it doesn't look like he's miles ahead of him. Now let's go to interceptions. Caicedo is way ahead on this one. Caicedo has 20 interceptions. Paulinho has 7, and Declan Rice has 5 interceptions. So again, Declan Rice is last on the metrics out of these 3 midfielders. Paulinho second, Caicedo first this time. Now, interceptions is very important when you're a DM because you like to break up play. Caicedo seems to be the master of that. By the way, Caicedo's has the most interceptions in the Premier League, and Paulinho has the most tackles in the Premier League. Now, pass completion, I think this is pretty important too, because you want your DM to hold on to the ball, you want your DM to progress the ball, you want your DM to be able to be press resistant. And pass completion is Caicedo on 92%, Declan Rice on 90%, and Paulinho on 83%. So this is where Paulinho really lacks and needs to be better on the ball. Maybe he's trying more longer passes than he should be. That was a concern for a lot of Tottenham players, a lot of Tottenham fans, saying that his passing wasn't the best. So that doesn't surprise me that Rice is on 90%, Caicedo's on 92%, and they're both ahead of him on that metric. Now, aerial duels won. Now, I think this is quite an important metric as well, because when you're a DM, you're also covering your box, so you're helping your defenders out as well, especially when they're out of position, and you also need to be decent at defending corners. So aerial duels won. Paulinho again, 15 aerial duels won. Declan Rice is second on 10 aerial duels won, and Caicedo has only won 3 aerial duels. So Caicedo is great at the pass completion, great at interceptions, but really poor on the aerial duels. Again, Paulinho wins this metric as well. Can you believe that? I'm absolutely shocked by these stats, I really am. Now let's do dribbles, because that is something that you wouldn't associate Paulinho with. And let's just see how he compares to the 2 top DMs in the Premier League. So Caicedo has 11 dribbles. Paulinho has 8 and Declan Rice has 8. So Paulinho has the same amount. These are completed dribbles, by the way. So Paulinho has 8 completed dribbles. Rice has 8. Caicedo has 11. So, and if I look back and I tell you that Rice has played more minutes than Paulinho. Caicedo's played the most minutes out of everyone, but Paulinho in a lot of these metrics is a lot better by a distance than both of these players. So these stats have absolutely shocked me, and this guy we need to keep fit all season. He is a monster, and he's got the most tackles in the league. Most duels won. He's actually won more duels than Kudus. Kudus had the most duels won at one stage. Kudus is on 61 duels, by the way, and Paulinho is on 66, and I think he's the most in the league now. I'm not 100% sure on that though, but he's the best out of these 3 by a country mile. So, and he's better in the air as well. So, goals wise, Declan Rice has scored 1 goal and got 2 assists. Paulinho has 2 goals and 1 assist. Caicedo has 3 goals. I can't remember how many assists he's got, but he's got 3 goals as well. So Caicedo is leading for the goals scored as well. In my opinion, like all 3 of these players are absolutely exceptional. This is not a video to say Declan Rice and Caicedo's crap, because the reason why I chose them 2 is because I think those 2 are the elite players in the Premier League, and they're the ones that you need to compete with if you want to be the best. And it just seems that Paulinho is absolutely bossing it when it comes to tackles, bossing it when it comes to duels won, bossing it when it comes to aerial duels won. So he is an absolute beast, and I am so happy that we've got him. And the fact that we can sign him for under 25 million in January or in the summer is an absolute steal. That is an absolute steal. We should snap him up with that option to buy. That is a no-brainer for me. Absolute no-brainer. And he seems to be getting better and better. You remember at the start of the season, this is the reason why he's played less minutes as well, because at the start of the season he wasn't that fit. He wasn't match fit, so he had to come off early or be brought on the pitch as a sub. So seriously good player. Paulinho is absolutely good player, and you know, there was a lot of people that didn't want him to come. They prefer other players. But now that we've got Paulinho, let me know in the comments what you think of this player. Are you happy we signed him? And did these stats actually shock you compared to Caicedo and Rice? Because they absolutely shocked me. Hit that subscribe button for more. Thank you for watching. Come on, you Spurs.